when did that hit you? That you're, I mean, you say some beautiful things. You know, you support. You know that those three guys living in a van buy their fucking album.
Yeah.
You know you.
Well, I was that guy in the van.
Yeah, me too. We're all guys in that van. So, I mean, when did it come to you that we're not in the entertainment business, we're in the karma business?
Early on for me, I come from punk rock, and so I've been in that world as, you know, a guy making records or whatever since I was 18. And the kind of music I always did, the kind of writing I've done, it's all like hard on sleeve kind of writing where people come up, that book you wrote, man, it got me through 11th grade. I can't thank you enough. You're like, okay. Or that album, man, I wanted to kill myself, but I put that record on and I got through. And so people have laid a lot of really intense information on me, like just stories that'll kill your lawn. And from that, you know, I have a very human view of humans, as abusive as they can be, as infuriating as they can be on the news. I have these stories, you know, that where I'm like, man, that guy just cried in front of me and told me about his friend who killed himself, and they used to go to my shows and he misses them. And I can't help but like people, because eventually you hang out with anyone, someone you hate the most, you'll get a story out of them. You're like, wow, okay, you're all right. You just like really made some bad decisions. I'm not excusing bad behavior, but as angry as I can get with Homo sapiens or like people at the DMV in line, you know, there's like those moments you're like, I kill them all. I keep coming back to the people I've met in my journeys through Africa who have nothing. They'll give you half of it just because they're kind, or you're lost and like they'll walk you back to the main road just because they don't want you having a bad day. And I've had so many experiences like that. It keeps the guardrails on my road, where as angry as I get, I'm like, no, there's that guy I met in Haiti. He was real cool. And that's where and it made me want to be a better person. So being talked to and told stories, and traveling a lot, like I've been to every continent, and traveling like that, kind of rough out, you see a lot of tough existences being endured by humans. And that hasn't softened me up. It's made my idea of humanity evolved. And so that's helped me with everything from my writing, what I say on stage. It informs what I say on stage. It informs like columns I write from what I've seen out in the world. So, you know, in this country, it's a great country, but we don't travel as much as I'd like us to. So when you hear some people, they'll talk about some country or some landmass, and they're like, well, they're all like this. I'm like, so when was the last time you went? Well, I didn't go. Like, well, so you really don't know what you're talking about, because I was there. I'm no expert, but that part of the world invented geometry and was the first country who ever had translators for they could have books in different languages. So don't write them off as people who are scratching in the sand that fast. And so it's kind of this life experience, but in an extracurricular way. Like when I'm not on stage, like, you know, you tour, I tour. Touring gets me to like 19 to 21 countries per tour, like Europe, America, Canada, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Kiev, Russia, wherever. But it's all the extracurricular travel I do just to go see a place. And that's what got me to Cuba. That was what got me to Haiti, Pakistan, North Korea, places like that. So I just go and dig the humanity. I'm not much on nature, like the mountains. That's nice. But I like cities and watching human mechanics. Like, how are you making your living? Where do you live? Do you live in that? Can I come in? Can I see how you get through your day? Like hiking through the slums in Bangladesh and just like for days and just like go, okay, what do you do for a living? How do you make this work? And that kind of thing has really informed me, how it informs my politics and just kind of how I see the world and how we go forward as a race, as a species.
What I see with you that's fascinating is that, you know, most fucking people go to Hawaii or, you know, Italy, la pasta fresca.
That's all good too.
And they go to Greece and have the olives. Not you. You're going somewhere where there's fucking something going on, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, we're going into, you know, something where there's something going on. That's
come
what
back
I really
6 pounds
admire.
lighter and hopefully without an internal parasite.
Now, what's the fear? Is there any fear level when you go to these places that you might...
No, just an awareness and studying any place I go to beforehand, and study it mainly for the culture. So if you're a single Western male in an Islamic country, there's a few ways of the road that will really help you. If you're alone with a camera, a nice camera, like you got something you need to protect. And so you don't walk up to a woman and go, hey, how do I get back to my hotel? Ask a man. They just don't walk up and talk to a woman. This is not the way of the walk there. So learn where you're going to be going. Learn and always be polite. Politeness, if you're especially, I have no backup when I'm in these places. Politeness goes a long way, but being culturally aware alleviates a lot of uncertainty. So you kind of know how to be polite and not to blow it and get on anyone's nerves, especially if you're like walking the streets of a city alone, where there's like tough guys who want to roll you. Because I'm not going to fight. I don't want to fight. I just want to get me and my camera in and out of that place. And so it's a bunch of preparation, but fear, no. I'm not a tough guy, but I just don't have a fear quotient, really.
I used to I had friends growing up, and I would go to Harlem at 4 a.m, and I could buy an 8-ball or a machine gun or a bazooka or a pound of coke. And my friends would go, how the fuck do you do that? Are you not scared? And just because I think I saw that other side didn't make me scared. That's why you have no fear of it.
Yeah, you kind of have to know where you are. And, don't be naive. You can get cut up anywhere. I mean, we're in Southern California. This is a pretty rough patch of real estate. I've almost been killed here a couple of times. And so you just need to be just kind of always aware. Bring your New York with you. I mean, if you get mugged, like you didn't see that coming. That guy was telegraphing a block away. He sized you up. And you've seen like 3 guys. One guy's the muscle, one guy's the lookout, one guy's the distraction. I've seen the 3. I've had one time in Bhopal in India, like the 3 guys are doing the thing, and I said, "Oh, so you're the distraction. There's the muscle, and there's the lookout, right?" And they're like, "Ah, dude," they just like walked away. But I said, "Good try, though. Good try." I used to live in New York. I saw you guys when you walked in, and so you need to just kind of know, just be looking around.
Did you ever go to Brazil? Like when they just had the Olympics there, I saw them doing the pickpocketing, and like they were not trying to hide it, but like really aggressive.
In Brazil, you gotta watch it. That's a place where even I don't want to walk around at night because I'm just not looking to get cut up. Like good wisdom for traveling in Brazil: never leave your hood. Like I'll leave with no money. Like that's how you get stabbed. $40 to $60. Have something they can take, so they go, I got over on him. I'm not going to stab him. Because if you have nothing, like you gave me nothing. So always go out with a little bit of money. Leave the watch and the ID, but bring some money so when you do get robbed, you have a little something.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Leave something for the mouse. I've always said that.
Yeah.
As a former thief on the other end.
Well,
if you had something, I'm taking something. You got to leave something for the mouse.
You got to give him something.
And here I left and you got 1,000 in your sock. You understand me? The real guy got a G note in his sock. Who's going to take his shoe off? I ain't got that type of time.
Yeah.
But I go for his pocket. He's got the small 40. We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.